Now, this is your lecture 2 for CIA 2 examination point of view, paper number EL 6503, unit 3. We discuss about the amplitude shift keying signal, how in last lecture we discuss about the ASK, how we get the ASK signal. Now we want to demodulation of the ASK signal. That means whatever the information we are translate from the low frequency to high frequency and we are getting the ASK signal, from this ASK signal we want to coming back original message signal. For this it is known as demodulation of ASK signal. The demodulation is also termed as detection. There are two ways in which the message can be demodulated, namely coherent and non-coherent detection. Coherent and non-coherent detection. Coherent detection and non-coherent detection. With the use of these two methods, we are getting the original signal back. Due to the requirement of carrier in the receiver, which is in synchronism with that of the transmitter, the coherent detection circuit is more complex compared to the non-coherent detector. However, the coherent detector provides better performance under noisy condition. In coherent detection, now we are discussing in coherent detection. A copy of carrier used for modulation is assumed to be available at the receiver. The incoming ASK signal is multiplied with the carrier signal. The output of the multiplier will be a low frequency component representing amplitude scaled version of baseband message and ASK signal at twice the carrier frequency. The baseband message is retrieved by passing this signal through a low pass filter. Figure shows the block diagram of coherent ASK detector. Now we draw the figure. First of all, the ASK signal that we want to get original message, it is given to the analog multiplier. It is given to the analog multiplier. This is our ASK signal. This is our ASK signal. It is known as VASK. It is connected, multiplied with the carrier, which is known as VC dash, which is known as VC dash. It is our synchronous. That means it is our reference carrier. The output, what is our output? We are symbolize output, it is our S1. This is our output is our S1, and in between this it is also passed from the low frequency baseband. Here there is a low frequency baseband, and then it is given to the low pass filter, and we are getting the output. It is our S2, and here S2 is directly, and this S2 is directly proportional to message signal Vm, and it is in the baseband message. This is our baseband message. This figure shows the block diagram of a coherent ASK detector. This is our figure is known as block diagram of coherent ASK detector. Now, how it comes with equations form, we can say that let the synchronous carrier at the receiver will be Vc dash is equal to Vc dash cos omega Ct. The output of the multiplier is given by the output of the multiplier is given by S1 and it is equal to VASK Vc dash and it is nothing but what is VSK? VMVC V dash C Vc dash upon 2 into 1 plus cos 2 omega Ct when symbol is equal to 1 and it is equal to 0 when symbol it is equal to 0. Therefore, the output of the low pass filter is given by, now this S1 is input of the low pass filter and finally we get S2, it is equal to Vm Vc Vc dash when symbol is 1 and it is equal to 0 when symbol is 0. Hence the filter output here, hence we can say filter output is S2 is directly proportional to Vm. S2 is directly proportional to Vm. Hence the recovery of baseband message is carried out. Now in non-coherent detection, what happened? In non-coherent detection, there is no reference carrier made available at the receiver. Hence, we have to follow other approach. In case of ASK, simple envelope detector will suffix. Simple envelope detector is suffix. The incoming ASK signal is passed through an envelope detector which tracks the envelope of the ASK signal, which is nothing but the baseband message. The block diagram for this is given as, this is our VASK given to the envelope detector. The output is S1 and then it is given to the comparator. We are getting output S2. Here threshold. Figure shows the block diagram of non-coherent ASK detector. This is the figure of block diagram of non-coherent ASK detector. Figure of block diagram of non-coherent ASK detector. The output of the diode will be an unipolar signal containing the envelope information. The high frequency variations are further removed by passing it through a low pass filter. So here there is a low pass filter. It is here in between this. The output of the diode will be an unipolar signal containing the envelope information. The high frequency variations are further removed by passing it through a low pass filter. The output of the low pass filter may be further refined by passing it through a comparator. Now this output of low pass filter, it is given to the comparator. This compares the output of the envelope detector to a present threshold, and that means this comparator compare S1 and present threshold, and set all the values greater than or equal to the threshold to a high level and reset to the low level. The waveforms at the various stages of the non-coherent ASK detector are shown in the figure. I already drew the figure. This is the figures of the time domain representation of the signals at various stage of non-coherent ASK detector. Right? So from this figure, this is our message signal. That means 101 100 1010. Right? This is our VSK. That means when it is 1, there is a output. When it is 1, there is a output. When it is 0, there is no output, like this. Right? This is the output S1, which is given to, in the last time we already see low pass filter. Right? This is the output of the envelope detector. We are getting like this. And the last one, S2, it is our main output. It is output of the comparator. It is our original message. It looks like this. So in this way, we are discussing the non-coherent ASK detector. That's all. Thank you.